Hi guys, and welcome to another video from Overbite Gaming. And today we're taking a look at Fable 2. Okay, so where I am with the Fable games is I played the first one originally when it came out on PC, and then I bought Fable 3. I never really delved too deeply into Fable 2 because it was an Xbox exclusive, wasn't released on PC, all that jazz. I did eventually acquire it on disc when I got my Xbox One, because it's part of the backwards compatibility drama. And of course, now we've got Game Pass, and you can stream basic Xbox 360 and Xbox games via that service, which is what I'm doing here for ease of capture. I will be pretty critical about the game in of itself. Where it is an Xbox 360 exclusive, it is locked at 30 when it can maintain 30, which is not all of the time, if I'm honest. There's a lot of blur to it, and it just comes across as generally laggy and unoptimized, and this seems to be the same on the streaming version as it was on the Xbone version. I don't know if it would have behaved better on a genuine 360, but I suspect not. So that's a knock against it straight away, especially when you've got timing games and stuff like that, and action combat. I want more than 60, and I want a consistent 30 if I'm not getting 60, which is neither the case here nor there. The story of the game itself takes a lot of beats from the original Fable. I haven't completed the original Fable. I have completed Fable 3, and obviously this one now. But yeah, you start off as, you know, you got a brother or a sister, and then you go do little tasks to earn gold at the start to get something, and then, oh, tragedy, and then you're sort of off to the Adventuring Guild, and Heroes Guild I should say, and on your way you go. So it does follow a lot of the same story beats as the first one. The game is, I would say, better than the first one's original release. I'm not sure it stands up to the remaster though, and I actually like Fable 3, so do with that information what you will, don't hurt me. But a lot of the stuff in Fable 3 we see in Fable 2 as well, and it also forms part of the frailties of both games, which I will cover. So yeah, I mean, personally Fable 3 is my favourite, but there we go, because, you know, I'm king and it's good to be king, right? Anyway, so Fable 2, what it improves on from the first one is there's a lot more character interaction. It does dumb down some stuff as well. Basically, it introduces more social elements and sort of interacting with environment stuff. Things like that is what it brings to the table after the first Fable. Unfortunately, it does take some stuff away. So now the spell system has been changed drastically. It won't seem like that if you're coming from Fable 3, but certainly if you're coming from the first one, it will. Because this is the game where they introduced the charge function. So you can charge up to 5 levels. Obviously you have to upgrade your spells for each of those levels. You hold down the spell button and charge it, and you'll do a PO8. What am I saying? Is it area of effect? AoE. Oh, Jesus Christ, there we go. I got it in the end. An AoE attack, and if you tilt the direction towards bad guys, you'll do a direct attack, focusing all that energy you've built up onto one guy. Now, I'm not a big fan of the charge system, because fine, if you see him coming from a mile away, that's fine, but the game does like to ambush you quite a lot, and so you're not going to be able to charge up. So I generally stick with like level 1 and 2 spells and throw my experience into guns and melee. Definitely make sure you've either leveled up your guns or your magic though, because there are boss fights where you cannot use melee weapons. Which obviously is a bit of a stinker if you're a melee build. Well, I say build, in this game you're going to pretty much end up doing everything anyway, so it's not really builds in it, it's just order in which you prioritise in it. And obviously I prioritise getting muscles. Sue me. But outside of that, I do enjoy it. I mean, it does have all of the charm of like the Fable games that we've come to know and love, or love-hate, depending on your particular inclinations for it. It is nice. Having played like 3, I guess it doesn't feel as big of a jump forward in some areas as it might have done because I'm already familiar with it. Certainly, I mean, like the buying shops and houses thing, which is actually something I really enjoy, but I'm more than willing to say is a failing of both games, because obviously you need money, right? You need gold, especially in 3. When you're trying to like protect the kingdom and what have you, but certainly in 2 as well. And once you've built up enough of a sort of portfolio of properties and you've got money coming in every 5 minutes or so, you're just like, I don't really care about money anymore. Every time I pick up money, I'm just like, that's not much. Because I've got like 15 grand coming in every 5 minutes. I don't care. And then, like, this isn't really a spoiler, but like the last, cause you've got chests in the game where you pick up silver keys. Some take 5, 10, 15, 20, and above 20, the next one up is 50. Okay, you say. Right, so that means there's 52 keys in the game, so I have to find 50 of them to open this chest. I bet there'll be something good in there. So you go through all that. You actually have to finish the game to access the chest and buy the castle at the end, which costs 1,000,000 gold coins. And what is in this fabled chest? No pun intended. 50,000 gold coins. Wow. Cheers. Thanks a bunch. Oh, dear. And at that point, you're just kind of like, that's nothing. I could earn that in like less than an hour. Just go away. You will start out having to do the jobs though. There's bartending, there's blacksmithing, and oh, what's the third one? I forget the third one, but there's a third one. I like blacksmithing because that's the one I always played in the 3rd game, so I'm back playing it again. It's pretty much the same. You hold it down, it slides the thing back and forth. You let it go when it's in the green area. And you're making a hammer strike on your sword, and you do that a few times, you finish the sword and you get money, and you start building multipliers, which obviously increases how much you get per sword. And once you hit a monetary ceiling, it will change, it will level you up in that job, and you will earn more money per sword. So there you go, nice and simple, good way of getting money, especially at the start of the game, where you haven't got any houses yet or anything like that. My advice would be to just really ignore the main plot at start and just get some money from doing jobs and start getting houses, because that will come in super handy later on. But even if it is a bit of a game breaker, because basically once you become a mogul, a property mogul, then it's really, you don't care about money anymore, because you've always got money and you've always got tons of it, far more than you'd ever spend. There is an achievement for getting, I think, 2.5 million. Yep, easily doable, not a problem, and without doing some of the things in story to get you more money that could be construed as evil if you don't want to do an evil playthrough. One of the things that I do like to do is an evil playthrough, because generally speaking I think I'm a relatively nice person. I wouldn't do any sort of nasty shit in real life, but yeah, set me loose on a video game and I'm an utter fucking sadist. So yes please, evil mode, I like it, which is good because there's no huge incentive in this game to be evil, because there's always stuff you get for evil, you're always going to get something similar for good. The thing about, say, Fable 1 is there was incentives for being evil. There was like monetary incentives, so you were sort of tempted to go the evil route just because you get the money or the power and the women. Yeah. Anyway. But in this game, it's very much one for one. Like, early example is you go in to help this guy protect his warehouse from beetles. So you go in and you kill the beetles and you get a gold coin for doing it. However, once you're in the warehouse, the guy says through the window, hey, if you destroy all these boxes, I'll give you a gold coin. So you still get a gold coin regardless of what you do. It's just whether you're an absolute sadistic twat like me and want to be evil. You know, so it's less of a temptation and more of a direct choice. Okay, I'm going to be evil this time, or okay, I'm going to be good this time. Which, yeah, it kind of takes the fun out of it a little bit. I think the evil and good choices are a little bit morally grey than in the first one. It's not so out and out good and evil, but there is always a good and evil option, even if they're not quite as black and white. Ha! A Lionhead joke. Hey me. Did I enjoy playing it? Yes, I did. I'm certainly glad I got around to doing it, because it's like the one I haven't played before. Well, many moons ago, obviously on the Xbone, but I certainly haven't finished it, or got anywhere close to finish it, because it really needs to be remastered. That's what Microsoft should look at remastering, because only being playable on the Xbox, and I believe it's playable on the Series as well. I'm not sure if it's by disc or by download though. I know it's on the Microsoft Store for download on Xbox, so there you go, you can get it that way if you want. But yeah, it really needs some love and attention, because the frame rate just kills me, man. It makes what should be a fun experience into I have to get used to it kind of experience, you know. I mean, playing like games at over 100 frames a second and how smooth it is, and then you go to something that can't even keep up a consistent 30. It's jarring. I would like definitive proof, but unfortunately streaming via Game Pass doesn't allow you to utilize the Afterburner overlay, so there are no metrics on the screen, but I can tell you it felt pretty sub 30 a lot of the times, let's put it that way. This is the game also where they introduced the dog, which is nice. It's nice to have the dog, although, you know, it's a dog in a game, so they're going to use it for nefarious heartstring pulling moments, as anybody would, because that's the point of having a dog in a game. But outside that, it's one that it picks up dig spots, stuff like that. So, you know, it's introducing the mechanics that they carry through the Fable 3. And guns as well. Guns are a new addition in 2, because obviously it's 500 years later. So you've gone from sort of a medieval time to more of a colonial time. And again, in Fable 3 you will be in a more sort of industrialized age. But yes, there's certainly guns in this, and I like the guns. I've always liked the ranged weaponry in all 3 games. I prefer it over anything else, but it does mean my fucking thumb tires pressing that Y button. Especially in 3, especially in that, what was it, the Jonathan Ross's mansion. I can't remember the character's name, but it's Jonathan Ross that voiced him. Where you go through the various rooms and get attacked by various things like Hollow Men and Ballerines, and, you know, all the good bad guys that you're used to seeing here. But yeah, so Fable 2 is probably my second favourite Fable game. I have got the original Fable and the Fable Remastered, but I haven't completed either of them. I remember the first one, the controls didn't go so well. Was that the remaster? Something about the controls put me off of it. I don't know what it was off the top of my head. I'll have to go back and have a look. But yeah, it's a good game. I enjoy playing it. I would enjoy playing it much more if it got a remaster, cleared the smeary visuals away, because the assets in it do look good for the time at any rate, but it's like watching it through Vaseline. There's so much motion blur, and obviously the frame rate is atrocious at times. It really put me off it. That's why I stopped playing it on Xbox, because of that. But you know, I was looking for something to review, and I thought, well, I'm on the roll of RPGs. Let's do a fucking another one, eh? Even if it's more of an action RPG rather than a straight up RPG. Anyway, guys, so that's my retro review of Fable 2. Let me know what your favourite Fable game is down below. I suspect everybody is going to say Fable 2 because it's a commonly accepted opinion, even though it shouldn't be, because it's a bit of a mess to play now. Anyway, guys, take it easy, and I'll catch you next time.